Listen, man, I don't even know who's gonna watch this video, man. This might not be for the right demographic, but this is how to smash hood chicks, courtesy of me. Now, as I'm doing this video, my battery got about 13% left. So let's try to get a good 10 minutes in before this thing cut off, right? So look, how to smash hood chicks, man. The reason why I'm verified to make this video is because I come from the hood. But not only that, because we know it's squares in the hood, it's niggas in the hood who don't get chicks, right? But I'm somebody who got a significant amount of bodies, right? A very significant amount. So I know exactly what it takes to smash hood chicks and to continuously get them and to attract them, right? So first things first, you gotta look the part, okay? See this nice shirt, you know what I'm saying? Feel me? A little suede-ish, a little satinish. You gotta look the part. So now, you gotta look the part based off where you live at. Now, I'm from New York City. So, to even get their attention, you gotta have the New York City starter pack. The starter pack would be a fresh pair of Timberlands, right? Fresh pair of Timberlands. If they got a couple scuffs on them, you know what I mean? For some reason, they still look good and it's acceptable, right? But not too much, right? You gotta have a fresh pair of Timbs. You gotta have a fresh pair of Jordans, right? Fresh pair of Jordans, right? You gotta have a Nike Tech sweatsuit. This is in New York though, right? For the younger chicks, you have a Nike Tech sweatsuit, a Carhartt coat. Depending on where you live at and the age, you gotta have a big boy not the little boy with the string in the back, right? I made a mistake of having a little boy with the string in the back when I was younger, right? Suffered a lot of ridicule, right? That's for the most hoodish and ghettoish chicks, right? But you can still get them if you just know how to dress. Now, if you from the hood, right, and you know how to dress up too, and you clean up nice, you know how to put a nice button up on, okay? Shoes, you can't necessarily be in the hood with shoes on, because you know I was one of those guys after a certain point. Like when I got about 25, 26, 27, and I started really coming into style, because you know, you can say you fly if you got, you know what I mean, Jordans on, a polo sweatsuit or something like that. You can say you fly, but style comes when, you know, you picking things that ain't Nike. You know what I'm saying? You picking things that ain't the average thing and you still manage to look good. So I started wearing shoes. They started like looking at me weird. I'm like, yo, you bugging. These is the pimp shoes. Like I got ism. Like these is loafers, right? They used to look at me like, yo, take that bullshit off. I was like, no, right? Those dudes used to say that, right? But the chicks used to be like, I like those. Those are all right. Especially the Spanish chicks in the hood. They definitely have a respect for loafers, right? But anyways, you gotta look the part. Secondly, you gotta have a swagger about yourself. You gotta have confidence about yourself. We talking about hood chicks, right? We talking about chicks who, they grow up dealing with a lot of aggression, right? You gotta be a confident dude and you gotta be aggressive in a way where some of them like it if you're a little bit too aggressive, but I wouldn't suggest that, because the women who really like you and you too aggressive, these are the women that'll punch you in your face, right? You don't want to deal with a woman that'll punch you in your face, because then you'll have to punch her in her face, and next thing you know, you're going to jail because you punched a girl in the face, right? Take it from somebody who been there, right? Unfortunately, right? Hey, I am who I am. I ain't proud of it, but I've been there, right? I had to defend myself against a ghetto chick or two, right? You gotta look the part. You gotta have a certain confidence about yourself. But here's the thing, right? You don't develop confidence around hood chicks unless you've comfortably been around hood chicks and already smashed a couple. But like I said, you gotta have a certain swagger about yourself. Next, you gotta have somewhat of a tough guy exterior. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough to dress well and look appealing, right? Because you could be looked at as a lame still, or a lick, which is she won't have respect for you. She feel like she just gonna deal with you, give you the pussy us, right? Just so you could spend money on her. Every chick is looking to maximize the amount of resource they could get from a man while minimizing the amount of physical time she gotta spend with him, right? Especially when it comes to sex, right? So, but if you have a kind of tough exterior that may remind her of her felon father or her felon brothers or cousins or uncles, she will be drawn to you. Trust me, right? Trust me. And it gotta come off as real and authentic. Which brings me to the next point. You kind of gotta be a felon or somebody who has dealt with felonious activities. You know, this is coming from somebody who is a felon. No, I'm not proud of it, but I don't blame nobody for the situation that I got myself in. You know what I'm saying? I happen to be a felon. And when you talking to chicks from the hood and you casually lay in the fact of you talking about something and you be like, yeah, man, that remind me of when I was on Rikers Island. I don't know. They get turned on when they know you was locked up. I don't know why. They got more love for men who are locked up, who they really have access to. They have, you know what I'm saying? They have more, what's the word I'm looking for? Reverence for niggas in jail. And have more respect for dudes in jail than dudes who ain't in jail and is right in their face. And the same guy come home, she gonna lose respect for him and disrespect him and be a hood chick, right? That's another thing. Dealing with hood chicks, they're mostly fun girls. None of these went, first of all, if you don't have to deal with them and you could get better, get better. Now, if you just happen to be like me and you just like them, even though you can get other kinds of women, that's just the type of energy that you're most comfortable around because you grew up around it. Then you do what you do. You get the best of the best, the cream of the crop, like I do, right? Even though I still hit uglies from time to time. Like I still hit a grenade from time to time. Boom! I still hit those from time to time, you feel me? But if you're a felon, you're in there. You're in there, right? So, another thing, you want to smash your hood chick, right? Consider all the things I said. Also, gotta have a free crib. Now, I'm 32 years old. If you don't got your own place by 32, it's like, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? You got roommates? 30 years old? Me, I rented a room in New York one time for about 6 months. Then I rented a room in my cousin's house for 2-3 years. Okay? This started at the age of 25, okay? By 28, 29, by 27, 28, I moved down south to my mother's house, lived in my mother's house for a year, and I had my own apartment ever since. I won't ever move in with a woman. If I lost everything today, right, and I was super mega broke, right, I'd sell everything valuable in here, move in my mother's house, build myself back up, and in a year or two, I'll be back on my own. Never moving in with a chick, never moving a chick in with me, right? That's not a relative. Like I'd help like a relative. But other than that, no, I don't want that around me, right? I don't have to explain myself to no chick, none of that, right? But you gotta have your own spot. She gonna look at you like a bozo. And if you don't got your own spot, then there's hotel rooms. Get a hotel room, right? But, and people are gonna know what I'm talking about. Other people won't know what I'm talking about. The number one way to attract hood chicks, right? Having drugs and alcohol. That easy. That easy. If you're lacking all the other things that I said, right? But you got some ecstasy, some good weed, some liquor, Hennessy or Patron's, probably the two top choices. But if you're dealing with broke chicks, Teleport to get the job done. I've had very fun experiences on Teleport. I've had a 3-way on Teleport. You know what I'm saying? Just Teleport and Airy. If you're from New York, you know what Airy is. It's high quality mid. It's not gas, but it's almost gas, right? They going, because the truth is that a lot of these chicks, they live hard lives, you know what I'm saying? So what they trying to do is they trying to cope, right, by intoxicating themselves. It is what it is. I'm not lying. If you know, then you know what I'm saying? And that is how to smash hood chicks. It's actually quite easy, man, for about 80-90% of them. It is what it is. I said it. Peace.